This is episode number 265 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with Sarah Fade.
Yay.
And a stranger has appeared. Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
We missed you.
Oh, thank you. I missed you guys too.
We missed you. So,
I did.
yeah. I didn't think about you at all. But anyway. Before we get started, there is a huge announcement I can make today.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
We have finally made 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
Yay.
So,
Do we get a plaque?
yeah, right.
I'll make one in the
Do we
innovation
get a
space.
gift card?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a little post-it note that says, good job, with a crudely drawn thumbs up. That's all we get.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Mm.
We greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into segments. And since Nicole's been out for so long, we're going to just throw her right back into the fire.
Sure.
All right, Nicole, what do you got for us this week?
That's actually kind of a downer, but that's okay.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
So the American Psychological Association did a study, and turns out, I'm sure everyone knew this, but now it's, a study, so it's official, that social media use is not good for young people. Basically.
Okay, thanks, Nicole.
Yeah. Or better said, the title of all of the things is reducing social media use significantly improves body image in teens and young adults.
Wow.
So they did a study, and it found that teens, and this is like kind of the summation of the study from Healthline, but the APA put out like their own, and then you can actually even look at the brief kind of actual study that was done. But overall, the study found that teens and young adults who decrease social media use feel better about their body image. It was a study that involved 220 undergraduate students between the ages of 17 and 25. So it was like older young adults.
Okay.
Or older teens, I guess, and then young adults. Young people spending between 6 and 8 hours every day on screens. Experts say there are steps young people can take to reduce that and feel better about themselves.
How long would you say each of you spend on screen?
Well, for work or I feel like I'm always
I
on
think
it.
social.
Yeah, social
let's say
media
social
use?
media, not for work. Because yes, you're right. We do social media for work, but what would you say generally?
Now that I'm back at work, actually it's gone down.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when I was home, when the baby was sleeping, I was scrolling on TikTok. I was putting in numbers. Like I was doing work on TikTok.
You and TikTok. Oh.
Yeah. I will say TikTok because prior to that, like when I was pregnant, I was like looking up stuff on like Instagram and Facebook. So my algorithm was absolutely destroyed. So now on those two things, it's all babies all the time. And it's never like good news, right? It's always like the horrible stories and stuff like that. So TikTok was the one algorithm I didn't mess up. I kept to like makeup, tarot cards,
Yeah.
like funny stuff, you know what I mean?
So you fooled it.
Yeah, so I made sure to. So once I was back on, I was really on TikTok mostly.
Now, what would have
but
been
yeah.
scary is if TikTok started doing baby stuff, and then you knew someone was sharing something.
I scroll in, like if I saw even a hint of a baby, I was like, no, absolutely not. Like I have no interest. No. So I really put pains into making sure I don't see one single baby come across my TikTok screen. But no, I was putting numbers, and I will say, like, if I did go to Instagram and was kind of on there for a while, it did mess me up. Not so much like body image ways, but like from like a parenting perspective, like I was nervous about everything because they show you every like horror story, and then I was like just staring at my baby like, is your breathing fast? Are you breathing slow? Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you that like because it's like the one, but it's over and over and over again, and you think you see that constantly, and then so for teens, if they're seeing perfect people with the filters over and over again, it's gonna influence them. Like I don't know how much do you spend on it?
Well,
I feel like you're not huge into.
no, I don't like TikTok. So I only see it like because sometimes it's on Facebook with so I'll like get tricked into seeing TikTok. Or I never use Twitter, really. It's so sad. The only time I use Twitter is when I want to, like, complain about something. And I tweet about it, which is terrible. I'm on Facebook because if you don't know, I do a lot of stuff with animal rescue.
Right.
So the group that I volunteer with, they do all of their outreach and communication with their volunteers through Facebook groups. So I'm on it a lot for that. So, but I don't really all my feeds and everything is just dog stuff, which I don't mind. And then what else is there? Oh, YouTube. And then YouTube, it's more educational and amusement,
like a tutorial or something like that.
Okay, this is.
Tell me about your YouTube.
Here we go.
Okay, no. It's very. It's just glimpses of my sad life. But if I'm like, oh hey, this is a cute bag, but I want to know more about the pockets in this bag, I'll do a search on YouTube, and usually there's an unwrapping or whatever they call it,
unboxing,
or a review about this particular bag.
Yeah,
and so that's how I use it. But I don't. I don't like.
These seem like healthy ways to use social media.
Well, what it angers me when I see people using filters, and men use filters too.
Oh yeah.
I know because you can automatically tell when someone's filtered because makeup does a lot for you. I will say it's an art form. I think so. But you can usually tell when someone is a lot of makeup and then they're filtered. Yeah, and I'm just like. Ugh.
And you know what I think? I like teens are more I think as you get older, you get more jaded. You realize that everyone's lying, right? So it is what it is. But you see someone, you're like, you have a filter on. Even if you don't, you probably do in some way. You know what I mean? The lighting you have is a certain way, and I don't think as you get older, it's easier to spot those things, or you're just more aware of it. But I don't think it's a little bit harder for teens to discern. They might genuinely believe what they're seeing is real. They don't realize the lighting is a huge thing. Filters are a huge thing. So I'm sure that plays into them feeling, their body image.
And a lot of times, I will say, not that this is a personal thing or anything, but not everyone's photogenic. So So these teens might be taking selfies and ugh. Yeah. But that's not how people actually perceive them in real life. Right. Or
100%.
It's just it is horrible.
Yeah. Lighting, filters, angles, they all play. And these people, these influencers, that's their job is to figure out the lighting and everything.
I just have to say, I really don't like the Kardashians. No. I don't know them as people, but as a brand, I'm saying. I think that's one of the that's the peak and the downfall.
I don't know where the Kardashians lie in this. I think they're more on our end. But I feel like growing up, we had famous people selling things. So they were already unattainable, these people, right? They were already movie stars, models, sports athletes. So they were
they weren't influencers?
Yeah, they were never on our level to begin with. But the influencers now, they pretend, and at one point they were, right? Just making videos. Sure. But they've crept up and but you don't see that creep up happening. You think they're still just like you. Yeah. And they're not anymore. They're not even remotely like you.
Well, there's a reality show of a teen influencer. And I'm like, who the heck? I saw a commercial. I'm like, why do I care about this kid? Yeah. I'm I feel that way a lot about reality shows that follow people. I'm like, I don't, what do they do for society? Who are they? And why are they famous? And I'm like, they're just famous because they're
famous. Famous for famous.
Yeah.
I think to your point about the Kardashians, I think they started that. Yeah. Just famous for being famous. Yeah. Paris Hilton, all those people, they kind of were the originators.
But now, because I know that there were a lot of single people 20s, but now there are parent influencers. Oh. And they bring their kids into it. I'm like, that's a no-no. What's wrong with you?
You heard about the parents who were modifying the kids' shoes to get on rides at Disney?
What?
Yeah, they were modifying the kid's shoes to make him taller to get on rides.
They were giving elevator shoes?
Yes, exactly. That's what happened. People were going crazy because they're like, the kid can fall out of the ride. That's the reason why. It's the reason why. And they took the video down and they had this apology thing. Those you just reminded me. Those are the parents who are also the.
Yeah, well, that's the younger generation that grew up with this and they think it's normal is now having families. Yeah, it's not normal.
But I do wonder because there's kind of. People talk about the future. So these kids who are exploited, but they're being, their parents are putting their image out there and using
without their consent.
When they get to be 18, 20, 21, they turn around and be like, I never wanted to be on this. I wonder if that's going to be a thing that all these stories about children suing their parents for,
It's just another thing that The Simpsons foretold in an older episode. Supposedly, remember that episode where Homer put Bart into a commercial, booked him for a commercial, and they didn't realize he had all the royalties and he squandered all the royalties. Bart found out later on in life. But yeah, sure.
So, but anyway, back to the study here. It says adolescence is a vulnerable period for the development of body image issues, eating disorders, and mental illness. Your youth are spending on average between 6 to 8 hours per day on screens, much of it on social media. This is from Gary Goldfield, the PhD. Social media can expose users to hundreds or even thousands of images and photos every day, including those of celebrities and fashion or fitness models, which we know leads to an internalization of beauty ideals that are unattainable for almost everyone. Reducing social media use is a feasible method of producing a short-term positive effect on body image. So, try your best to, get your teens to do something. Read.
It's a slippery slope.
It's
a slippery slope.
Come down to the library. We have programs here. Even if it is just for an hour or two, just to get if you notice that it's really something that they're on all the time, just bring them down and hang out. We do have programs all the time, really, or clubs and stuff like that. So
well, that's what we did when we were kids. If we wanted to socialize, quote unquote, we went to the library. We went to after school activities, and that's how we socialized. It wasn't very ping, 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 with the apps and such.
It's funny. I was at the doctor's office with the pediatrician the other day, and a little boy, maybe he was 8 or 9, was in there with his mom, and they both sat down and they both were on their phones. And I was like, we see that all the time at the library, whatever. It wasn't, but it just got me thinking. I was like, okay, obviously I didn't do that with my mom. We went to the pediatrician. I'm like, what was I doing? Was I talking to her?
Exactly. You were.
Was I?
Probably.
No, well, they might have had toys and stuff. They probably go get a magazine.
There were no toys and magazines. That's what I'm like. My mom
highlights.
was probably
highlights.
Yeah, I was probably doing my highlights, and my mom was probably reading her adult magazine. And I was like, I wonder. I'm like, but I do feel like magazines or print, it's easier to pick your head up and. Look, I don't know. When I'm in it, if you're in social media, you are there's been countless times when Steve has said that he has spoken to me and I have not looked up or even acknowledged.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we were on it, if I was reading a magazine or reading a book, even it's. You're quicker to look up.
Well, it's because it's some sort of organic, tactile thing that's happening there.
Yeah,
because you're holding a physical holding magazine.
But I do have to say,
the images.
Yes, exactly.
I do have to say though, if you are busy doing something, in my defense of being yelled at because I'm not paying attention, I'm doing something though. That's what I'm saying. I'm doing something. I know it's silly because it's a phone, but I'm in the middle of writing something. It could be an email. It could be But I'm it's not that
Yeah.
In my defense, as you can see, I'm not touchy about this at all.
No. Oh, and no, he's not perfect. I have times where I've said hey, Steve, and he won't look, and I'm like, see, you knew I do. But yeah, so anyway, it's something we already knew, but it's nice to have a study to kind of back it up now.
Okay. Well, parents should be aware because children don't have the brain capacity to navigate social media world.
But I do think
it's rough.
I think adults have the same. I have the same problem. You know what I mean? I'm not. It's not it's on kids and it definitely.
No, I'm just saying their brain isn't formed
enough. Yeah.
So they're getting.
I think it's probably something that you could do as a family. Even okay, maybe we're not talking to each other, but let's put our phone down from this time to this time. Mm-hmm. Read your magazine, read your book, do whatever, clean or whatever you want to do. But kind of as a family thing because adults
disconnect from the the internet.
Or even just ask what your kid is looking at on social media might help.
Yeah.
And then explain, well, that's not real.
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah. No, it's easy to get duped.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good advice, Nicole. We'll put that. Can we put those in the show notes? Those links to those articles.
Yep.
Fantastic. We have a blog now, Nicole.
I heard. Yeah. I saw.
Yeah. So we can also put that in the blog for Sarah. That you'll do that for us.
Yeah. As soon as you do the show notes, I'll pull that and do the blog.
Sounds
it's
like
a full circle.
Sounds like a plan. If you're listening to us on YouTube, hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. And let's try to get to 2,000 subscribers.
Whoa.
That would be nice.
Decade later, we hit 2,000.
Yes, exactly.
YouTube doesn't exist anymore.
It's announced at Sal's retirement party.
Yeah.
So, Sarah, you're going to talk about something that's coming up soon.
Yes. So, it's the Oscars. I think we have an Oscar episode every year.
We do.
Yeah. So, this is a 95th.
Wow.
95. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it will be aired this Sunday, March 12th at 8 p.m. So just go over a few of the nominees. Have you guys seen any movies lately?
No, I caught up on a lot of shows.
Shows.
I did, but well, not really movies.
Yeah.
I saw the 3,000 Years of Longing.
Yes, that's not surprisingly not
I
nominated.
saw you guys in a movie chat. I was like, oh. I saw the movie and I was like, nah.
You might have liked it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I have no idea. I don't know what it was about.
Okay. So real quickly, I'm going to go over some of the more popular groups, and then I'm going to summarize the films, right?
Okay.
Sounds good.
So performance by an actor in a leading role. Mm-hmm. We have Austin Butler of the Mickey Mouse fame from Elvis. Mm-hmm. Colin Farrell in The Banshees of Inisherin. Mm-hmm. Brendan Fraser in The Whale. Mm-hmm. Paul Mescal in After Sun. Never even heard of it. Bill Nighy, who I love, in Living. Performances by an actor in a supporting role. Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of Inisherin, which is surprising because I feel like Brendan and Colin were both equal.
Yeah, probably just picked who.
Yeah,
you saw the film.
Yeah.
I did see the
film.
You
liked it?
Well, I liked it, but it was a little heavy-handed in its message.
Okay.
Sort of, but it was weird. It was a weird little film. It was a slow burn. It's all dialogue.
Okay.
You know, but I liked it, except for what I just said. Brian Tyree Henry in Causeway. Judd Hirsch in The Fabelmans.
I have not heard of any of these movies.
You heard of The Fabelmans? It's by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, but still, just
okay.
The majority.
Barry Keoghan in The Banshees of Inisherin. Ke Huy Quan in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Nailed it.
Thank you. I am using phonetics, and I did. You look at I YouTubed the names, so I wouldn't do them justice. Okay, performance by an actress in a leading role is Cate Blanchett in Tar. Ana de Armas in Blonde. Did you guys see Blonde? I think we talked about that. That was.
I just like her, so.
Yeah,
She's so pretty.
She was very good, and I have to say, I tried to talk like Marilyn Monroe, and it's very hard.
Okay.
So I have to give her props for mastering that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Andrea Riseborough in To Leslie, Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, the supporting role for female, Angela Bassett in Black Panther. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hong Chow in The Whale, Kerry Condon in The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Hsu in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh. Wow, those two movies, The Everything Everywhere and The Banshees, they both got a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The Whale, too, I think.
Yeah, they did, too. Yeah. Best Animated Feature Film of the Year, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which looks super cute. Mm-hmm. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The Sea Beast, which is Netflix, and Turning Red.
About the panda?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to win, but I heard
I
amazing.
thought that was Turning Red. Wasn't that older?
No, it's not. It was. Yeah, well, it feels like it was older. But it probably just hit the mark.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
I've heard. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that the Puss in Boots movie is like amazing. It's like people are crying. It's so wonderful.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it's like emotional. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, then. Then we have directing, which is a big one, right? The director. Mm-hmm. The Banshees of Inisherin by Martin McDonagh. Mm-hmm. Everything Everywhere All at Once by Daniel Kwan and Danielle Scheinert. Fabelmans, Spielberg. Tar, Todd Field. And Triangle of Sadness, which is crazy because that did not get a lot of play. And we just ordered it for the library.
Oh, I'm like, why is that familiar? Because I keep seeing the trailer every time I click on it.
It has Woody Harrelson in it, and it's about influencers.
I was gonna, right? It looks like the trailer.
But it's weird because this is the only thing really that it got nominated for. But that's by Ruben Östlund.
Okay.
Okay. We're not going over anything else.
Yeah, the technical people, they suck.
Yeah. Well, there's shorts, film editing, documentary shorts, international music, music written for.
Well, did Top Gun
original song and score?
Did Top Gun get anything? I'm sure.
Yes, they did.
What was some of the things they did?
Well, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick,
which I did not like.
Lady Gaga and Blood Pop. Okay, ready? This is where everybody. This is what we want to know.
Okay.
Best motion picture of the year. Ready?
Okay, ready.
So like 1,000 of them.
Okay, there are a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna read you the summaries for the people who don't know these movies. Now, this is from either the website, like the distributing,
official? Okay.
or whatever.
Right.
So everything you need to know about All Quiet on the Western Front,
which is Netflix.
Netflix, Oscar nominated. A flare descends in a starless night sky, exposing a desolate battlefield where a fallen soldier lies ensnared in barbed wire.
Oh, you're actually doing the actual you're describing every single movie frame for frame. Is that what you're doing?
That's what they want me to do. So begins the trailer for All Quiet on the Western Front. A harrowing tale of World War I is seen through the eyes of German soldiers. This grim war drama centers on a young soldier, Paul Baumer, whose romantic notions of fighting for Germany were violently dispelled by his horrific experiences on the front lines. Directed by Emmy nominee Edward Berger. So,
but isn't this a remake? This is
it's a remake. Yeah,
I saw this movie in 7th grade.
Well, it's a book, as we know, and it's another version of this book. But it's a Netflix film, so we probably won't be able to get this movie for quite some time. Mm-hmm. Avatar. Sorry, The Way of Water.
Yeah, you could just call it water. Mostly what's in there.
Okay, ready? This is very fast. Set more than a decade after the events of the first film, Avatar Way of Water begins to tell the story of the Sully family, Jake, Neytiri, and their kids, the trouble that follows them, the lengths they go to keep each other safe, the battles they fight, and the tragedies they endure.
Did you see it, Sarah?
No.
Okay.
It's like 5 hours long.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't get the first movie. I didn't like the first movie, so I don't.
Yeah. I don't know how Stephen Lang is still alive in this one, though.
That's the bad guy, right? He played the bad guy?
Super bad guy.
Yeah, I think they did some sort of genetic cloning thing, yeah.
Okay. The Banshees of Inisherin. They really didn't want to give anything away here. 2 lifelong friends find themselves at an impasse when one abruptly ends their relationship with alarming consequences for both of them. That's it.
Okay.
Yep. Elvis, a Baz Luhrmann film. It's an epic, big screen spectacle from Warner Brothers Pictures. A visionary, Oscar-nominated filmmaker, Baz Luhrmann, that explores the life and music of Elvis Presley, starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. A thoroughly cinematic drama. Elvis' story is seen through the prism of his complicated relationship with his enigmatic manager, Colonel Tom Parker. As told by Parker, the film delves into the complex dynamic between the two, spanning over 20 years. Ready? And this is even more succinct than The Banshees of Inisherin. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Ready?
Yeah.
Directed by Danielle Kwan and Danielle Scheinert, collectively known as the Daniels. Mm-hmm. The film is a hilarious and big-hearted sci-fi action-adventure about an exhausted Chinese-American woman who can't seem to finish her taxes. So if you want to know more. Okay, The Fabelmans. This is long. I'm going to summarize. Okay?
Yes. The life of Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. A deeply personal portrait of 20th century American childhood. Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans is a cinematic memory of the forces and family that shaped the filmmaker's life and career. A universal coming-of-age story about an isolated young man's pursuit of his dreams. The film is an exploration of love, artistic ambition, sacrifice, and the moments of discovery that allow us to see the truth about ourselves, our parents, with clarity and compassion.
Wait, so this is Spielberg's movie about his own life?
Yeah,
yes.
It's autobiographical. A lot of people were wondering why it took him so long to do it. So,
well, it would be weird if he did when he was 30.
No, but he's been around for a long, long time now.
How old is he? 60?
He's got to be in his 70s.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. Wait, this is even more succinct than Everything Everywhere All at Once. Ready? From director, writer, producer Todd Field comes Tar, starring Cate Blanchett as the iconic musician Lydia Tar. Tar examines the changing nature of power, its impact, and durability in our modern world. That's it. That's it.
What else do you need to know? Watch the movie.
Well, I think that maybe that's... I don't know, though. They should have something more enticing. Ready? Top Gun, Maverick.
There you go.
Really? After more than 30 years of service as one of Navy's top aviators, Pete Maverick Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in rank that would ground him. And he finds himself training a detachment of Top Gun graduates for a specialized mission the likes of which no living pilot has ever seen. Maverick encounters Lieutenant Bradley Brashaw, call sign Rooster, the son of Maverick's late friend and radar intercept officer Lieutenant Nick Bradshaw, a.k.a. Goose. Facing an uncertain future and confronting the ghosts of his past, Maverick is drawn into a confrontation with his own deepest fears, culminating in a mission that demands the ultimate sacrifice from those who will be chosen to fly it.
Oh my God, that was generous.
I don't regret much in my life. but I do regret not going with the two of you to see that movie. That was a great movie.
It was good.
It must have been great in the big screen.
I think that description is a little aggressive for what it was, but it was a good movie.
I think it's adequate for Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
It must have been crazy on the big screen. Huh?
It was good.
Yeah. We got special popcorn buckets.
That's right. You got special popcorn buckets.
But realistically, they could have just had a drone in there. They would have just used a drone.
The drone would have gotten shot down.
Come on. You have to have a person.
I know.
You have to have someone.
Listen, Miles Teller can be flying planes all day. Like, I'll watch him. I'll watch him do anything.
All right, we have more, guys, because the list is forever. So the next one, ready? Triangle of Sadness. Okay, this is the Woody Harrelson movie, right? In Ruben Östlund's wickedly funny Palme d'Or winner, social hierarchies turned upside down, revealing the tawdry relationship between power and beauty. Celebrity model couple Carl and Yaya are invited on a luxury cruise for the uber-rich, helmed by an unhinged boat captain played by Woody Harrelson. What first appeared Instagrammable ends catastrophically, leaving the survivors stranded on a desert island and fighting for survival.
Oh, I actually kind of want to watch it now. I've been seeing the little trailer run, and I'm like, I have no interest in this. That made me want to watch it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Sarah. You did it. You did it.
And then the last, final movie up for the Oscars is Women Talking.
That's it. It's just like a bunch of women talking.
That's a stuff. It's just women talking.
2 hours, yeah.
Okay, ready? It's rated PG-13. The women of an isolated religious community, not unlike the Amish, grapple with reconciling their reality with their faith. Through the backstory, we see a community of women come together to figure out how they might move forward together to build a better world for themselves and their children. Stay and fight or leave. They will not do nothing. They will talk.
There you go.
I added that, yeah. But there's a lot of famous people in that movie. That is an awful lot, and obviously the big change this year is the Top Gun and Avatar nominees, because remember last year they didn't nominate like the top grossing movie, which is I think a Marvel movie, and people were like really annoyed by it.
That's true.
So now they put it in, and you're going, well,
compared to everything else.
Yeah, like Avatar, The Way of Water, is that really the same thing as like,
Women Talking?
All Quiet on the Western Front, you know?
Yeah.
Or something as clever as Everything Everywhere all
at once. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see who wins and who the Oscar people vote for.
I have to imagine this show's going to be, 5, 6, 7 hours long.
I think they say 8 to 11.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, so they have screenplay, visual effects, animated short film, live action short film, yada, yada, yada.
Cool.
As well. So, however, the most important thing to take away from this is that we will have most of these movies here in the library.
Excellent.
For you to see.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, we all want to see what wins.
Exactly. Sure. Great. And the list comes out for adults the 1st and the 3rd?
1st and 3rd Monday, and then the 4th Monday is independent nonfiction documentary, which are also nominated. So I'm sure some of those will be in that list too.
For the kids is the 2nd Monday. Well, that does it for this episode. We went a little long because it's so nice to have Nicole back, and Sarah and Nicole like to talk to each other, which is great. No, it's I missed it, so it's good to have everyone back here on the show. And if you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, you can visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. You want to get more in depth, visit our blog.mcplpodcast.com. I'm going to have a whole other thing that I can mess up every week.
Yeah.
And again, if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like button, and we greatly appreciate it if you hit subscribe. So thank you so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.